Alright, so just to be fair here, we'll do one of mine. So this is a Masters game I recorded a little bit earlier today. They did have one diamond on the other team, but I think he was like 34.99 and he had been 3,800 or something, so he fell on hard times. This is not a great example. But you can see me talking there, like I said on the last video that I was put in towards you, just kind of, you know, get in there and talk with people. That way they know that you're there and you can start making call outs and stuff. I was just saying about Chidori. I play with Chidori somewhat regularly. He's a, I think he's like number 9 Widowmaker on PlayStation, something like that. I can
solo tank in Izzy if you want to.
Alright, so let's skip forward a little bit here. Oh, I thought. There we go. Alright, so I'm starting out on top of the gas station. You'll see me make a spectacular mistake here in a minute. But this is kind of where you want to be. So notice how I can see the entire team here. And I keep my orb on the Widowmaker so she can have health, and then the Mercy is boosting her. Okay.
They rest fast, she's back out. Help Mercy.
Winston's waiting for his chance to dive in. Okay, he dives in. I orb him because he's going forward. And then I drop down and make a terrible mistake.
Back up. No.
So I dropped down because the team was down. I'm like, maybe I can help. Bad idea. Bad idea.
Yo, guys, be careful, please.
So, you know, everybody makes mistakes. Fortunately, my team, I think they hold here, if I remember.
Get her.
No.
I got her.
I told you, Chidori is crazy at Widow. Crazy at Widow.
I'll be able to hold. I'll be able to touch.
Ah, fuck, I'm gonna back up.
Okay, notice how Winston isn't diving in. I don't know if you ever play Winston, but I'm sure at your level he would have been already dived in and dead by now.
Far on one.
Okay, so again, just kind of standing back.
On the back, on the tap, on his one.
Watching for those plus symbols.
Mercy's half, Mercy's one. 2, Mercy's one.
Tracer one. I got her.
Yo, Zarya ran. Focus them.
Okay.
Nice. Just run.
Try and heal that Pharah while she's ulting if you can, so it keeps her alive.
Good hold, guys. Good hold.
Did someone kill 4?
Yeah, color.
She was dead at the beginning.
So this is where you want to live, at least on this map, is on top of the gas station.
Far one.
And I think in a minute I get dove by both Genji and Tracer at the same moment.
Watch out. Far on one.
Okay, I got the stop.
Zarya's out of position. I got out of position.
No, finishing up with the melee. Otherwise I probably would have been killed there.
Ryan is low as well.
Mercy out, Mercy one.
No one's responding.
Right down.
Okay, not popping ult because we got this team fight 1. All we have to do is clean up here.
Yo, give me an orb. I'm in the air.
And I was trying to find who asked that. So who asked that?
Zen.
Oh, and then now I see the Winston.
What?
Zen. I'm 100 health.
What'd you say?
Nice
What'd you
pick on the
say?
Tracer.
I'm here with you, Diva, if they push it.
I try and keep that Pharah Discord because she can do a lot of damage and not all of our characters can hit her. You can see Chidori saying keep the Discord on her.
Takes me like 3.
On Fair's to this
Yo,
bottom
watch out
tunnel.
for the Ryan hard.
Fair's one.
Nice. Ryan has ult, I'm pretty sure. Be careful.
Discord to Mercy. And I forgot to orb the Pharah there where I should have. Fortunately, we were pushing enough to where it didn't really matter.
They got 1 minute left.
So, trying to point out mistakes I make too, because rewatching this, I'm seeing mistakes that I'm making. So I'm going back to top of gas station, back home.
They have a Tor? What the fuck? They have a Tor.
Okay.
Orbing Widow, so we can boost and heal.
Yes.
Oh, Mercy.
Back up.
Discord back on Pharah.
Yeah, you're right.
I'm gonna snipe the port.
Get back, guys, Fair. Help Fair get back. Tracer's
And
bomb.
Tracer's diving me.
In the back.
Did not pop ult.
Ah,
Okay.
she got him. Fuck.
I would, and that was the right decision not to pop
Watch out,
ult
Ryan
there.
has ult. Careful.
At least in this case, because we already had numbers on them. Now, if I was like, if we were down 4-6, I would have popped ult there just to make sure I didn't die.
See, I told you.
Again.
But
Fucking messed
you know,
it
we
up.
didn't need it.
What?
Tracer down, Tracer down. Nope, nope, I got her. Good game, guys, good game.
See, easy game.
No good
Chidori
round.
cleans up with Widowmaker, you know, and both Mercy and I think we're helping quite a bit. So easy game or easy round. I made several mistakes there, stuff that I'm sure other people would pick apart. Namely, dropping off that gas station was a terrible, terrible choice.
Yeah, Deep Soul is carrying pretty hard.
I don't know, that Pharaoh on their team wasn't switching even though she's getting fucking busted wide open.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you.
Solid.
You can see team comp here. So basically what we're doing here is diving them. Okay, so we're going to dive with Winston and Diva, and then Widow's going to back them up, and Pharaoh's going to stay back and throw in some damage. So it basically
Man, I
clears
was
up that
number
first
9
lane
earlier,
for us
so
right
I
away.
dropped. Haven't played in a while.
Is without form. Excuse me for dropping in. Consider only victory. Make defeat an impossibility.
And I'd forgotten to ever prefer Chidori. Alright, so let's jump forward a few seconds here. See, we're at 657. Let's go to 730. About.
There's a Sonic
I'm
arrow.
not healing that. Okay, so keeping the orb on
Get that
Pharah.
Genji.
And I would have orbed Winston,
I
but
fell,
he
that's my
jumped
bad.
way too far forward. He even,
fell off.
he even said it his fault. He jumped too far in.
Yo,
Right
get the
now?
shine, get the shine. Oh my
I got it,
gosh, dude. Hey, stay point.
Why you saved my ass? Cause you're
Genji and Hanzo in the gas
Okay,
station.
what?
up there.
Okay, notice I can see
push
most
it?
of my
Yeah.
team. Trying to follow up on the
No one asked.
Winston
for
diving in,
Jack.
and you can miss.
Where are they? They're
Finally, I
all
hit
dead?
it.
I need heals bad. Oh, I'm coming top left mid.
I'm like, where? Who's everyone? Jump for Symmetra.
I don't know why I wasn't healing the
Make
Diva
sure we're
there.
still on point, guys. On Mercy, Mercy.
Oh, what the fuck?
I'm screaming for help with Sim. Farrah had me.
Nice, guys, you got this. Well, good game.
Jeez. Dang, bro, that's
So,
so steam.
this is the easy game. I wanted to show you
Oh,
kind of
oh
what an
my
easy
God.
game goes like at this level with Zen.
Hey, I got bronze.
And Chidori is about to show her Widow skills, or his Widow skills.
One solo.
Hey, you asked for the Widow play. There you go.
And I was the one asking for him to play Widow at the beginning.
Yeah, I know.
Not even headshots.
Ah, you know what?
All right. So I've got
No,
one other
no,
video
I'm
here,
more of.
and I'll put all this together so that
Yeah.
way
I'm.
you can watch or not watch. We got one more link here. Create a new flow. So if you don't know about this site, it's kind of cool. You can actually jump in together and go through this stuff. So I just leave the title the same, unlisted, Overwatch, and we'll create and go. All right, so this one is nowhere near as smooth as the other one was. This is an attack on Hanamura, which is kind of difficult a little bit as Zen, but once you get going, it gets a lot easier. And you notice this was at an odd time during the day, so we had 3 diamonds on our team. So, you know, not necessarily a bad thing if you're playing with the level below you, but, you know, because some people do get stuck, but, you know, it's kind of a lottery, I feel like. All right, so we will move forward to 1 minute in. Okay, actually 1.5 minutes in. Okay. So orb on Pharah to start it out with. And if I remember correctly, I get completely rocked right here. Okay, orbing there, Pharah. Keep her kind of hidden. Take away her ability to come in and smack our team. I'm in the wrong position here. I should not be where I'm at, just so you know. I was getting a little bit too aggressive. And one thing you don't notice, if you didn't notice, I use the charge a lot because it is high risk, high reward. You know, if you can delete people, you know, and it pushes the whole battle. But you know, you can not get a healing orb on time or waste it because you have to let it go to put a healing orb on, like I just did right there. So. And we kind of struggle with this for a minute, trying to get through. I don't know why I went in right here, but I did. I think I was trying to force the issue. And really, you gotta let your tanks go ahead of you. And I saw the hammer down coming, so I went behind the wall. Same with the McCree ult. And this is rape right here. I tried to push it since Mercy was ulting, you know, to keep us alive, but if I remember, we don't get this. And wouldn't it have been great to have that trance right there? So that was kind of what I was telling you about in the last video. I went against my own advice, you know. I had my reason, you know, I was trying to keep an ulting Mercy alive, but, you know, probably would have been better to hold on to it there. We had a Diva switch from Roadhog, which was a huge switch. Roadhog was not the right character right there since they had a Reinhardt.
A temporary setback.
You can see we've got a minute and a half left. It's kind of quiet. Everybody's concentrating. You don't see anybody talking up or left. It might just not be capturing it because I know I was talking during all of this, so. Oh well. Oh, there, it just went off. And this is where we have our successful push, if I remember correctly. Got that Mercy ult, broke that Ryan shield. Again, reading that shield. I did die, so it's the next push we must get. But you got to read that shield because that thing is terrible. Same with the Zarya ult. I was about to die. We had 30 seconds left, so I had to push ult. And McCree got me, and then I think Mercy comes in for me. Maybe not.
Adversity is an opportunity for change.
Our team fighting, no healer.
Hey, they have a teleporter.
I'm staking my claim on the objective.
There we go. So if you didn't notice, and this is kind of subtle, but I do want to point out. So this is probably something that you don't think about, or maybe you do, you know, but when you come into a place like this, you'll notice that as soon as I come in, my attention turns over here, you know, to make sure there's nothing coming that's about to slam me into the wall. So that's something that, you know, it's just kind of a small thing again, you know, but something if you can get used to doing, just check your corners whenever you come into a spawn like that, or a point like that.
I'm staking my claim on the objective.
Objective A captured. Commence attack on Objective B.
Yeah, people like to peek that window. So I discorded Farah, and you'll notice here, Diva took her out. So watch that little window right there. She got res, but it doesn't really matter right there. Guess we take out this Ana. And Now we're gonna start a long team fight if I remember correctly. Oh no, never mind, I get taken out by Winston. It happens. I was in the right position there, but you know, Winston dove and it happens sometimes.
The outcome is not preordained.
Okay, so we reset.
Embrace tranquility.
Waiting up for the team, waiting for the tanks to get in front of me. 87% on trans. And I did heal McCree there. Usually you don't want to heal the same target the Mercy is, but he was the only one that was within somebody's line of fire. And I was trying to heal the Mercy, not trying to swap them around. Okay, so now we're forcing the team fight. And I get capped by McCree, unfortunately, who came in from behind. But then the rest here is about to be history. I was about to die, so I had to do the ult since we were doing a team fight. And Discord Rhyme.
If you do not bend,
Easy.
Round 1 complete.
Okay, so just to hold that there for a second. Oh, step back for a second. This thing doesn't step back very well. Okay, so 44% accuracy, 2200 trance. So the accuracy is pretty good. The trance is okay. The healing is decent, you know, for around a lot of deaths though, 6 deaths to 11 elims. So, you know, that's just the way some rounds go sometimes. So, you know, sometimes you'll have a 30 and 1 and sometimes you'll have an 11 and 6. Hopefully you don't have a 6 and 11, but if you do, you probably need to switch off, but decent round. I don't play Zen the next round, so you can cut off here if you want to, but I was getting kind of salty at this point after a game that I had just been on, and so I really wanted to win. So I went to my Symmetra, who you know, you look on over Sumo or whatever, and I'm at 99%.
Play soldier.
Okay, so we'll skip forward in the action. Okay, so if you do play Symmetra, I will play this part for you just to show kind of what I do. There's no right and wrong. I wouldn't do what some people do and put like 6 turrets on that wall to the right there, because then they're just destroyed instantly. So I tend to try and hide one in the grass or the bushes right there.
Sentry deployed.
You know, hide one behind this curtain. Hide one behind the other curtain.
From light into being.
Okay, and then stand here, line up my aim. Hopefully nobody bumps me. Trying to get some charge here.
2, 1. Attackers incoming. Defend objective A.
And you can see right away, pretty much up to 25%. Okay, so what I'm doing here is I put up the turrets initially to get some charge out there, and now I'm putting up the turrets that's going to keep them from diving us, hopefully. Doesn't always work, but it works more often than it doesn't. Throwing shield when I can, just so Ryan can put his shield down for a second. And the only reason I'm staying this close is I have one more turret I want to put up. Okay. Last turret, now you're going to see me back up. Way out of the, way out of any kind of damage or anything like that. The goal now is just spam orbs until you can get your TP teleporter. I don't put down the TP right away, and I tell the team this. I say I'm waiting until somebody dies, because I'm back and safe enough to where I can do that. And I don't want our Mercy with that new Mercy nerf trying to res somebody. And
Teleporter online.
I put up a little bit early because I know that they're
Turret in
diving,
place.
and I need to go try and help.
I'm ready to initiate
And it ends up not mattering.
Photon barrier deployed. Turret deployed. I will shield you.
And I try and shield here to hopefully protect somebody, but just let them know we got TP and our Mercy ulted. And we're good.
Consolidate our defenses on the point.
I was too close to the Lucio there. That's why he's able to boot me back.
Photon barrier.
Target prioritization. Mercy, Mercy, Mercy. Then Zarya. And then Monkey if I can get to him. And he kind of does a do-si-do with me here.
In the truck.
I tell a team, Junkrat upstairs.
Do we
And
leave
that's
him
why I
or
try and
do
do
we
it.
go
You know,
there?
even if nobody's on mic, like this one doesn't have near the talking of the last game, you notice. But I try and tell people because a lot of people, even though they don't aren't talking on mics, they are listening, and so that's kind of stuff helps. Even probably at Silver, you know, you still got people listening even if it's on their TV.
We must hold the point against their attack.
Okay. Bring down that Zarya.
60 seconds.
Reinforce our defenses. We must turn them back.
Charging, keeping charge on my beam. This Winston is slippery as hell.
I will shield you.
Yeah, tire's dead, BTW.
Putting my turret back up, and then I notice there's only 30 seconds, so I tell the team I'm putting turrets up on point. So fall back to point if you're getting pushed back.
30 seconds
From
remaining.
light into being. Defend
That's my
together.
rule. 30 seconds. They have to go up on point because it's a, you know,
Will protect
it's your last play. Your last fight is almost always going to end up on the point. You know, it's the Winston diving into that.
teleporter is online.
10 seconds.
And I don't know where he went.
I will watch over you.
Easy peasy. Peasy.
Victory.
So, we'll let it play here because I got a surprise.
Making friends with the enemy, Mercy.
Play of
Oh, look at that. Okay. So you showed me a couple of your rounds. I decided to show you a couple of my games since the first one was so short. Hopefully it's helped. If you need help with any other characters or if this is valuable at all, let me know. But it was kind of cool doing this, and I appreciate the opportunity. Good luck, man.